Have you ever felt like something invisible was following you? Not something dark, but something powerful, radiant, and holy. Like blessings were circling above your head, waiting for the right divine moment to pour out. Chosen one, this isn't your imagination. Heaven has set something in motion. There is a divine overflow chasing you down, and no wall, no curse, no jealous soul can stop what God has ordained for you. For so long, you've been walking through storms that didn't make sense. You've questioned why your heart could feel so heavy, even when your intentions were pure. You've watched others rise easily while your progress seemed painfully slow. But I want you to know this truth today. It was never delay. It was divine timing preparing to collide with your destiny. And in this video, you will understand exactly why everything you lost, every tear you cried, every moment you were misunderstood was setting you up for this sacred hour. This is not just another message. This is a spiritual awakening, a divine call to the chosen ones, the ones who have carried invisible burdens with silent strength, the ones who have walked through the fire and did not burn, the ones heaven is about to reward beyond measure. You have entered a season where what used to chase you, pain, rejection, betrayal, has been reversed. Now it is divine overflow that is chasing you down. Listen closely, because what I'm about to tell you isn't just encouragement, it's prophecy. There comes a moment in every chosen one's journey when the tide turns without warning. You've been sowing in tears, and now you are about to reap in joy. You've been overlooked, yet God was watching. You've been denied, yet heaven was preserving. You've been rejected, yet the Spirit was redirecting. You thought you were losing time, but you were being hidden. Hidden for the hour when your light could not be ignored. If you've ever sat in silence, feeling unseen by the world, yet deeply known by something higher, this message is for you. If you've ever felt the weight of being different, misunderstood by family, set apart from friends, walking a road that no one else could seem to understand, you are not crazy, and you are not alone. You are marked, you are chosen. And right now, heaven is whispering, it's your time. There's a shift happening in the unseen realm. The air around you is changing. People who once dismissed you will soon say they always knew you were special. But they didn't see the nights you cried, the moments you questioned your worth, or the prayers you whispered when your strength was gone. They saw your silence, not your warfare. They saw your smile, not your scars. But heaven saw it all, and now heaven is responding. Chosen one, you've been through cycles that tried to break your faith. Every time you got close to breakthrough, something came to block it. Every time joy entered your life, pain wasn't far behind. It wasn't coincidence, it was resistance. Because your destiny carries weight. The greater your purpose, the greater the pressure. You were being refined like gold, purified through fire so that no counterfeit blessing could attach itself to your calling. And now, the season has shifted. You've crossed a threshold. You can feel it, can't you? That strange, sacred stillness in your spirit. It's not emptiness, it's alignment. The silence after your suffering was never God abandoning you. It was heaven preparing the stage for your overflow. The doors that once refused to open are about to swing wide because the timing is finally right. You've graduated from survival to overflow. If you're watching this right now, it's because you were meant to. The Spirit led you here, not for entertainment, but confirmation. You've been sensing it in your dreams, in the sudden pull toward stillness, in the moments when you feel God's presence washing over you for no apparent reason. These are signs. The overflow is not coming. It's already in motion. The same God who watched you cry yourself to sleep will now let you wake up to answered prayers. The same God who allowed your isolation will now draw the right souls into your life. You were not meant to chase blessings. Blessings were designed to find you. That's why this message says, Divine Overflow is chasing you down. You've carried the cross, now you're about to wear the crown. It's your time to rise, not in arrogance, but in divine authority. It's your time to walk in rooms that once ignored you. It's your time to speak and have heaven echo your words. Every closed door is about to make sense. Every loss is about to prove necessary. Every waiting season is about to show its purpose. Because the delay wasn't denial, it was divine orchestration. You are stepping into a chapter where miracles will seem almost casual, where provision will find you before you even ask, where peace will replace anxiety and your laughter will return like a long-lost friend. The overflow is not just about money, it's about restoration, purpose, clarity, healing. It's about everything that was stolen being returned sevenfold. It's about walking so closely with God that you no longer chase what you once begged for. So, chosen one, take a deep breath. This is not the end of your struggle, it's the beginning of your reward. The floodgates of heaven are open and the current is moving toward you. All you have to do is stay aligned, stay surrendered, and stay awake. Because what's coming next will not require striving, it will require receiving. Heaven is saying, you've done enough. You've proven your faith. Now let me show you what happens when obedience meets timing. The divine overflow that's been chasing you is about to overtake you. The very thing you prayed for in weakness will now find you in strength. You are not behind. You are right on schedule. You are not forgotten. You are remembered in heaven's book of reward. This is your moment, your awakening, your divine reversal. The overflow is here and it's chasing you down. You see, chosen one, before the overflow ever arrives, there is always a wilderness. Before the river rushes in, there is always drought. Before divine abundance chases you down, there is always a season where it feels like everything and everyone is chasing you away. That is the mystery of being chosen. To be chosen by heaven is to be tested by earth. And that's where you've been, in that silent, invisible war between your divine destiny and the world's misunderstanding of you. You've felt it in the way people looked at you differently, even when you hadn't said a word. You've felt it in the rooms where your light was too bright for their comfort, in the relationships that crumbled without reason, in the opportunities that slipped through your fingers right when you thought it was finally your time. The truth is, the enemy never fights the ordinary. Darkness only pursues what carries divine light. So if your life has felt like a battlefield, if you've been under relentless attack, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, it's not because you're cursed, it's because you're carrying something that threatens the kingdom of darkness. You are a vessel of light, and light will always attract opposition before it shines freely. Think back over your life. How many times have you tried to fit in only to be pushed out? How many times have you tried to explain your heart only to be misunderstood? How many times have you prayed for peace only to have another storm rise up? You weren't being punished, you were being positioned. The misunderstanding was part of your molding. The rejection was protection in disguise. Every person who walked away wasn't subtracting from your destiny. They were clearing your path. There's an ancient story buried deep in Scripture that mirrors what you've been walking through. Remember Joseph, the dreamer favored by God but hated by his brothers? He didn't do anything wrong. He simply carried a vision too big for small minds to handle. They stripped him of his coat, threw him into a pit, sold him into slavery, and thought it was over, but it was never over. That pit was the passageway to the palace. What they meant for evil, God turned for good. Chosen one, your pit season wasn't punishment, it was preparation. God was using isolation to reveal who was never meant to walk into your next level. Every tear you cried in secret watered the soil of your future harvest. Every betrayal broke you open just enough for the light to enter. Every unanswered prayer was God saying, I have something better. Trust my timing. But here's where the struggle deepens. When you're chosen, your spirit knows your greatness long before your circumstances reflect it. You carry the memory of heaven inside you, and that creates tension. You feel called to more, but trapped in less. You sense divine purpose, yet wake up to ordinary days. That's why the chosen often feel restless, misunderstood, even alienated. You were never designed to blend in. You were born to stand out. It hurts, doesn't it? That deep ache of being unseen, of giving your all and receiving so little in return. You've watched people lie about you, take advantage of your kindness, and mock your faith. And yet something inside you kept believing. Something refused to die. That's the mark of the chosen. Even in the pit, your hope lives. Even in darkness, your faith flickers like a stubborn flame that refuses to go out. But the enemy knows that if he can't destroy you, he'll try to distract you. He'll send counterfeit blessings, people who mirror your prayers but lack your spirit. He'll whisper that you're forgotten, that your efforts were wasted, that your waiting has no reward. He'll use exhaustion to make you question the promise. That's why so many chosen ones almost give up right before the overflow hits. The warfare intensifies when the breakthrough is near. And if you've been feeling that lately, the strange heaviness, the emotional waves, the sudden doubt after months of faith, it's not a setback. It's a signal. It means you're standing at the border of your blessing. The enemy can sense the shift before you see it, and his last resort is to make you surrender prematurely. But don't. Hold your ground. The same pressure that tried to break you is now producing the oil that will anoint your next chapter. Remember this: divine overflow cannot be poured into an unprepared vessel. That's why the wilderness had to come first. The waiting built your humility. The heartbreak birthed your compassion. The rejection sharpened your discernment. God wasn't trying to destroy you. He was equipping you to carry what's coming. If he gave it to you too soon, the weight would have crushed you. But now, you've matured, you've learned, you've surrendered. Now, you're ready. You see, heaven is very strategic. When God hides you, it's never to punish, it's to protect. Just like Moses was hidden in the reeds until the appointed time, you were hidden from the eyes of those who would have sabotaged your calling. Just like David tended sheep while others fought for recognition, you were developing strength in secret. The world didn't see your training, but heaven recorded every moment. And here's the mystery. The very things that once caused your suffering are now becoming the foundation of your strength. Your empathy was born from your wounds. Your wisdom was carved out of your waiting. Your authority comes not from your perfection, but from your endurance. You've walked through fire and came out with oil. You've wrestled with God and now carry a limp that reminds you of grace. Chosen one, I know it's been heavy. I know the nights felt endless. I know the silence was unbearable, but the silence was sacred. It was the space where heaven rewrote your story. God was not ignoring you. He was incubating your next season. You were not forgotten. You were being fortified, because overflow requires capacity, and capacity is built through challenge. Look back now with spiritual eyes. The doors that closed, weren't they really redirections? The betrayals, didn't they reveal who couldn't handle your blessing? The heartbreak, didn't it teach you how to love without losing yourself? You see, nothing was wasted. Every battle was a classroom, every loss a lesson, every delay a divine appointment in disguise. And here's what heaven wants you to understand right now. The pain was prophecy. The struggle was the signal that your story carried weight. If your journey felt impossible, it's because your purpose is irreversible. You are not being punished, you are being purified. And the moment your spirit fully accepts that truth, the overflow begins to flow freely. So take this in. The hidden truth behind your suffering is that it was never random. Every wound prepared you to hold the blessing without breaking under it. Every disappointment trained you to depend on God instead of people. Every lonely night refined your discernment. You are no longer who you were when this began. You've been transformed in the fire, strengthened in the silence, crowned in the crushing. Chosen one, you have been through the storm, but soon the same waves that once threatened to drown you will carry you into your destiny. The very winds that once pushed against you will now push you forward. because heaven never wastes pain. It repurposes it for glory. The struggle was never meant to define you, it was meant to refine you. And now that the refining is complete, the overflow can finally find you. Chosen one, when heaven decides that it's your time, nothing on this earth can block what has been written for you. No curse can cancel it. No human can delay it. No demon can intercept it. The divine overflow that's now chasing you down is not random. It's the result of a sacred alignment between your obedience, your endurance, and heaven's appointed hour. But how can you recognize it? How can you know that the tide has truly turned, that the drought is finally over, that what once resisted you is now running after you? The signs are subtle at first, but undeniable to those who live by spirit and not by sight. The divine overflow does not begin with money, status, or fame. It begins within the soul. You will feel it before you see it. A stillness, a quiet confidence will begin to rise from deep within. The same things that once triggered anxiety will now fail to shake you. You'll notice how your reactions shift. You no longer rush to prove yourself, no longer fight to be understood, no longer seek validation from those who once rejected you. That is the first sign. Inner peace replacing inner warfare. When God is preparing to release overflow, He first silences the chaos within you. For years, your heart has been a battlefield. You carried the weight of wounds, the noise of disappointment, the residue of betrayal, but suddenly the storm inside starts to quiet. You no longer need closure because God became your closure. You no longer chase answers because you trust His mystery. That peace is not weakness, it's confirmation. Heaven cannot pour abundance into a restless heart. It pours into a surrendered one. And now that you have surrendered, the floodgates open. The second sign of divine overflow is divine rearrangement. When overflow is on the way, God begins to shift the furniture of your life. People leave suddenly. Opportunities you thought were stable fall apart. Paths you thought were permanent close without warning. Don't panic. It's not destruction. It's divine organization. God is clearing the space for what's about to arrive. Think about it. If you kept everything from your old season, there'd be no room for what's new. That's why certain connections could no longer stay. That's why your spirit outgrew certain environments. The same rooms that once felt comfortable now feel suffocating. You've changed frequencies. You've stepped into a higher spiritual vibration, and those who refuse to evolve with you cannot follow where you're going. Chosen one, that's not loss. That's upgrade. Every subtraction in this season is preparation for multiplication. The people who misunderstood you, the opportunities that slipped away, the plans that unraveled, they were never rejection, they were redirection. God is removing what would have diluted your overflow, because the blessing that's coming is too pure to be shared with counterfeit company. The third sign is supernatural alignment. Suddenly, what used to require struggle will start to flow easily. You'll find yourself at the right place at the right time, meeting the right people without forcing it. Emails appear, phone calls come, doors open quietly, naturally, almost mysteriously. This is what happens when heaven begins to favor you. Your effort decreases, but your results multiply. This is not luck. It's divine law. When your vibration matches your assignment, creation recognizes you. What belongs to you starts to search for you. The divine overflow isn't just chasing you, it's magnetized to your name. Every good thing that had been delayed begins to locate you because heaven has stamped your season with now. But there's something deeper here, a fourth sign that many overlook. You begin to feel grateful for the very things that once broke you. You'll start looking back at your pain with different eyes. The heartbreak becomes holy. The betrayal becomes blessing. The waiting becomes wisdom. That shift in perception means your soul has healed enough to hold overflow without resentment. Because true abundance cannot flow through bitterness. It flows through gratitude. You'll begin to thank God for the storm because it taught you to swim. You'll thank Him for the silence because it sharpened your hearing. You'll thank Him for the loneliness because it made His voice clearer. Gratitude turns wounds into gateways. And once you begin to see your past through gratitude, heaven knows you're ready for increase. And then there's the fifth sign, the one that announces the overflow out loud: acceleration. Things start happening quickly. What once took years to accomplish begins to align in weeks or even days. The momentum becomes supernatural. People will say, "You came out of nowhere," but you'll know the truth. You came out of hiding. Heaven simply lifted the veil. Chosen one, acceleration is the divine sign that your waiting has been approved. You are no longer sowing, you are harvesting. And when the harvest begins, it doesn't trickle, it pours. The overflow will not just bless you, it will bless everyone connected to you. The same people who once pitied you will now seek your wisdom. The same places that rejected you will now make room for your name. But remember, overflow is not only external, it's spiritual. You will notice your discernment sharpen. Your words will carry weight. Your presence will shift atmospheres. People will feel peace around you without knowing why. That's the mark of divine overflow. It flows through you, not just to you. You become a vessel of heaven's abundance. This is what Scripture meant when it said, "My cup runneth over." Not just material blessing, but spiritual authority. You'll walk into a room and darkness will scatter because your overflow is not just water, it's light. The same God who anointed David in obscurity is now anointing you publicly. The oil that once flowed in private is now being poured in the open. And let me tell you this truth, chosen one. The overflow is not coming as a reward for perfection. It's coming because you stayed faithful when you had every reason to give up. It's coming because you loved when others hated. It's coming because you prayed when no one was listening. You have been consistent in character, and heaven never ignores that kind of endurance. This is your divine reversal. The years the locusts have eaten are being restored. The dry wells are being refilled. The tears you sowed in the midnight hour are turning into rivers of joy. Everything you thought was over is being resurrected. The very areas of your life that once represented lack will now overflow with abundance. If you have eyes to see, you'll recognize this season by its signature: ease after effort. You will wake up with clarity. You will walk with purpose. You will stop chasing because what's meant for you is now chasing you. Every morning, new mercies will meet you. Every evening, peace will guard you. And in between, favor will follow you like a shadow that never leaves. This is the hour where the chosen ones rise from survival to stewardship, from crying for help to carrying healing. You will not only receive overflow, you will become a channel of it. People will come to you, drawn not by your achievements, but by your anointing. You will speak, and weary souls will find rest. You will walk, and lost ones will find direction. Because the overflow is not just water, it's spirit. And when spirit overflows, it transforms everything it touches. Your finances, yes, but also your relationships, your creativity, your sense of purpose. The same divine current that once carried you through the storm will now carry you into influence. You will begin to move with grace, speak with authority, and love without fear. The overflow is here, chosen one. You are walking into a season where everything lost will return multiplied. Heaven has released the current, and it's chasing you down, not because you asked for it, but because you became it. The blessing is no longer external. It lives inside you. Chosen one, take this moment and breathe. Slow, deep, holy. You are standing in a threshold between what was and what will be. Heaven has already declared your victory. The very air around you carries the frequency of divine overflow. You can almost feel it, can't you? That subtle, sacred shift in the atmosphere, like the calm before a miracle. It is not your imagination. You have stepped into the river of divine timing, and the current is carrying you forward with unstoppable grace. This is not a season you have to fight for. This is a season that fights for you. The same God who allowed the storm is now commanding the winds to work in your favor. The same Spirit that sustained you in your darkest nights is now amplifying your voice in the light. Everything that once resisted you is bowing in recognition of your divine authority. For heaven has spoken your name, and creation must respond. For too long, you've moved quietly through pain, carrying light in places that only offered you shadows. You've been the warrior no one saw, the prayer no one heard, the seed no one believed in. But heaven was watching. Every tear that fell from your eyes was counted. Every moment you whispered, "God, I trust you," through trembling lips was recorded. Every time you chose forgiveness instead of revenge, love instead of bitterness, faith instead of fear, you passed a test that unlocked something in the spirit realm. And now heaven is saying, it is done. You've completed your wilderness training. You've graduated from battle mode to blessing mode. You've earned your divine release. You've been faithful in obscurity, and now God is bringing you into visibility. The ones who mocked you will watch God magnify you, not to shame them, but to show His glory through your story. There's a verse that echoes through eternity. After you have suffered a little while, the God of all grace will restore you, confirm you, strengthen you, and establish you. 1 Peter chapter 5:10. This is that moment, chosen one. You are being restored. You are being confirmed. You are being strengthened. You are being established. Heaven is sealing your identity and expanding your territory. What once broke you will now bless you. What once drained you will now pour into you. Close your eyes and hear the sound of water rushing, of blessings breaking open. That's the sound of overflow. It's the sound of generational curses snapping under the weight of your obedience. It's the sound of new beginnings taking root in the soil of your endurance. It's the sound of heaven rejoicing because you didn't quit. You see, when you walk with God, your life becomes prophecy. Every loss carries a message. Every delay hides direction. Every miracle carries multiplication. Nothing about you is accidental. Even the timing of your pain was purposeful. You had to break in certain places to create space for divine oil to flow. You had to lose certain people so that your faith could anchor fully in the one who never leaves. You had to walk through emptiness so you could recognize the fullness that's arriving now. And this overflow, it's not just about possessions, it's about position. You are being positioned as a light bearer in a dark world. Your presence will now carry peace into chaos, wisdom into confusion, comfort into despair. You are not just blessed, you are a blessing in motion. When you speak, heaven will back your words. When you move, angels will clear your path. You've crossed from trying to trusting, from waiting to walking in it. God is saying, this is your time, not next year, not someday, now. Your voice matters, your light matters. Your destiny is no longer waiting, it's unfolding. You've been through enough nights to earn the sunrise. You've been through enough rejection to walk boldly in acceptance. You've been through enough loss to finally understand that nothing truly divine can ever be taken from you. Lift your head, chosen one. The mantle is falling upon your shoulders. The same hands that once broke bread in secret are now breaking chains through your life. The same Spirit that hovered over the waters of creation now hovers over your story, declaring, "Let there be light." You are no longer hidden. You are being revealed. You are no longer waiting. You are walking in fulfillment. Everything about you has been recalibrated to divine timing. The delay has expired. The drought has ended. The heavens are open. The overflow is not a promise. It's a present reality. You will see doors open without effort. You will see enemies silenced without confrontation. You will see your name mentioned in rooms you've never entered. For what God is doing now cannot be reversed. Chosen one, I want you to feel this truth deep in your bones. You are not chasing favor. Favor is chasing you. It's chasing you down in unexpected places. It's overtaking your finances, your family, your health, your purpose. It's rewriting your story with grace. You will wake up one day soon and realize you're living in the very prayers you once cried for. You'll look around and barely recognize your life because peace, not pain, will define it. The very things that used to exhaust you will now energize you. The relationships that drained you will be replaced with divine partnerships. The fears that once controlled you will be dissolved by the fire of your faith. The weight that once sat on your chest will lift as joy floods your spirit. You will laugh again, not out of denial, but out of deliverance. Do you feel it? That surge of energy in your soul, that's resurrection power. That's the Spirit breathing new life into dry places. That's the divine overflow, breaking every chain that ever told you you can't. Heaven is pouring into you everything that was withheld. Strength, wisdom, clarity, abundance. You are no longer begging for blessings. You are the blessing. Look at yourself through heaven's eyes. You are radiant, renewed, refined. You carry scars, yes, but they shine like gold under divine light. Those scars are your testimony. They are proof that the fire did not destroy you. It revealed your true form. You've been forged in pain, but now you move in purpose. You've been humbled by loss, but now you reign in wisdom. You are not the same soul who entered the wilderness. You are transformed, transfigured, triumphant. The Spirit of the Lord says, I am with you. The waters will not drown you. The fire will not consume you, for I have called you by name. You are mine. Every promise made to you is coming alive. Every seed you planted in tears will bloom with beauty. Every prophecy whispered over you in secret is being fulfilled before the eyes of those who doubted. This is your era of overflow, overflow of peace, of favor, of revelation. Chosen one, lift your hands, not in desperation, but in recognition. The same power that parted the Red Sea now parts your obstacles. The same light that guided Moses through the desert now illuminates your path. The same grace that raised Lazarus from the tomb now raises you from limitation. You are walking in divine rhythm, divine momentum, divine overflow. The time of survival is over. The time of overflow is here. You are the living evidence that God restores, that heaven remembers, that love never fails. You have passed every test, outlasted every storm, and now the crown awaits. Walk boldly into your blessing. Speak life into your destiny. Declare aloud, it is my time. The divine overflow is chasing me down, and I receive it with gratitude, with grace, with glory. Let the heavens hear it. Let the earth witness it. Let your soul believe it. You are chosen, you are anointed, and you are unstoppable. Chosen ones. Take a deep breath right now. Feel it. The shift that is taking place within your spirit is not imaginary. What you've been sensing all along, the quiet rumble beneath the surface of your soul, the anticipation that something great is about to burst forth, is heaven confirming. It's your time. You've walked through the wilderness, through rejection, through those nights when your prayers felt unanswered and your tears went unseen. But every step, every trial, every heartbreak was preparing you for this exact moment of divine overflow. You are not just coming into a new season, you are stepping into divine acceleration. What took others years will happen for you in months. The doors that were once sealed shut are swinging wide open because the keeper of keys has turned his face toward you. You are not chasing blessings anymore, chosen one. Blessings are chasing you. Favor is locating your name in rooms you haven't even entered yet. Grace is speaking for you in conversations you didn't know existed. The overflow is not a promise waiting for the future. It is a river already moving toward you right now. Let me tell you something sacred. God has seen your sacrifices that nobody applauded. The moments you gave when you barely had enough. The kindness you offered when cruelty surrounded you. the forgiveness you extended even when you were bleeding inside. Heaven has recorded every act of obedience, every silent yes you gave in the dark. And now, heaven says, enough waiting, it's time to pour back what was withheld. It's time to honor the chosen. You may feel like your strength has been drained, like you have nothing left to give, but that's how you know you're at the turning point. Because when you reach the end of yourself, God begins. You've been emptied out for a reason, so He could fill you with something purer, greater, eternal. This overflow will not come through striving or chasing. It will come through surrender and alignment. The same hands that broke you to shape you are the hands now blessing you to raise you. Chosen one, hear this clearly. You are about to see evidence of what was spoken in secret. Those quiet promises whispered to you in prayer are being brought into the light. The very people who doubted you will witness what divine restoration looks like. Not to shame them, but to glorify the one who never left you. You were never meant to prove your worth to anyone. God is proving His word through you. That's why you had to be separated. That's why you couldn't fit in. You were never meant to blend. You were meant to stand out as living proof that God still moves in mysterious ways. And as this overflow begins to manifest, protect your peace. Not everyone can handle your elevation. Some will question how you got here. Others will project their insecurities, calling your blessings luck or coincidence. But you will know it wasn't luck, it was purpose. It wasn't coincidence, it was covenant. You are walking under a divine agreement sealed by your obedience. So walk boldly, not in arrogance, but in gratitude. You are a vessel carrying heaven's abundance. This is not the time to shrink back or dim your light to make others comfortable. You are not being promoted to hide, you are being elevated to illuminate. Your overflow is not just for you, it's for everyone connected to you. The energy of your breakthrough will ripple outward, touching families, healing hearts, restoring hope. When you rise, those assigned to your destiny will rise too. That's the beauty of divine overflow. It never ends with the vessel. It multiplies through the vessel. Pause for a moment and imagine it. Your home filled with peace again, your finances flowing with divine provision, your relationships blooming with mutual respect and truth, your spirit steady, unshaken, unafraid. That's the overflow, not just money or recognition, but restoration in every area that once bled. The same river that once seemed to dry up is returning, tenfold stronger. Because God is not only the God of enough, He is the God of more than enough. Remember what Jesus said in Luke 6:38, "Give, and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, will be poured into your lap." You gave when you had nothing. You loved when you were unloved. And now the measure you poured out is coming back multiplied. That's not fantasy, that's divine principle. Heaven's math never subtracts. It multiplies in secret and releases in perfect timing. Chosen one, let this truth settle in your bones. You are not behind. You are right on schedule. What looked like delay was divine strategy. God hid you in plain sight until the time was ripe. The world will soon see what heaven has been cultivating in you all along. Your story is the prophecy fulfilled. Your life is the sermon someone else needs to believe again. So lift your head, straighten your crown, wipe the dust of disappointment off your feet. You've carried burdens long enough. Now it's time to carry blessings. You've survived the fire. Now you'll walk in the glow of glory. The same storms that tried to drown you have now become rivers of overflow, guiding you toward destiny. And as we close, I want to speak this blessing over you. May everything that once worked against you now work for you. May every delay transform into divine timing. May every closed door reveal a greater entrance. May your name be spoken with honor in places where it was once ignored. May your peace be unshakable, your faith unbreakable, and your joy untouchable. You are walking into a season where favor follows you like a shadow, where divine opportunities align perfectly with your steps. You won't have to chase it. It will chase you down. If this message resonated with your spirit, let heaven know by affirming it right now in the comments. It's my time. Divine overflow is chasing me down. Speak it, because words are seeds, and this one will take root. And if you felt that stirring inside your soul, that quiet confirmation whispering, "This was for me," then you know this isn't the end. It's the beginning of your rising. Like, share, and subscribe to this channel so you can stay connected to every prophetic word that heaven releases through this space. We are a family of chosen ones walking together toward divine fulfillment, each message unlocking another layer of your destiny. In the next message, we'll go deeper into the hidden patterns of divine favor that follow those who have endured divine breaking. But until then, remember this truth. You are not forgotten, not forsaken, not finished. You are chosen, anointed, appointed, and heaven is chasing you with overflow. Walk boldly into your promise. Heaven has already gone before you.